Hey, third grade. Today we are going to be working on representing addition and subtraction word problems, okay? So let me go ahead and kind of show you what this looks like. So you guys are going to have some slides that you have to work through, and they're going to look like this. So they're just different ways of representing your addition and subtraction word problems, okay? So I am going to model a couple of these, and then you guys are going to do the rest by yourself. Okay, so let's start with this problem. Maggie saves $135 and Jane saved $70. Which diagram best shows how much more money Maggie saved than Jane? Okay, so this problem, you have different strip diagrams being represented, and they're not looking for an answer. You're not solving this problem. They just want to see, think of this as the understand part of your UPS check. That's what you guys are doing here. You are picking out which one of these answer choices is the understand part of your UPS check, okay? Which one represents how to solve this problem? We're not solving it. I just want the one that sets up the problem. Okay, so let's look at this. Maggie saves 135 and Jane saved 70. Which diagram best shows how much more money Maggie saved than Jane? Well, do I know how much money Jane has? We do. We know that Jane saved 70. And do I know how much money Maggie has? We do. Maggie saved 135. Okay? So let's look at our answer choices. So first of all, how much more money did Maggie save than Jane? The other day, we worked on a problem when I was demonstrating your the addition and subtraction, okay? And the addition and subtraction sort. We worked on a word problem that was really similar to this one. The question at the end of the problem was really similar. And the question asked something. Let me see if I can find it. He practiced blank number of minutes more on Saturday than Friday. Or longer. He practiced a certain number of minutes longer on Saturday than Friday. What operation was that problem? Let's make the connection between this problem and that problem. Good. That problem was subtraction. Okay, so I know that this is going to be a subtraction problem. I am comparing two different amounts. All right? I want to know how much more Maggie has than Jane. That is a comparison. Maggie has a certain amount and Jane has a certain amount, but Maggie has more than Jane. What is the difference? How much is in between the amount of money that Maggie has and the amount of money that Jane has, okay? How much more does Maggie have than Jane? So, Maggie saves 135. Well, let's look at letter choice A. 135 and 170. These are side by side. These answer choices are side by side, okay? So, this right here is an addition strip diagram, all right? Because this would tell me that 135 plus 70 equals a total. That's 135 plus 70 is not going to give me how much more money Maggie saved. The amount of money, the answer that you would get cannot be more than 135 because she did not save more than $135 than Jane. Okay, let's look at letter B. 135, this is Maggie. 70 is Jane. And right here is the missing amount. So Maggie saves 135 and Jane saves 70. This little piece right here is going to be the difference between the two amounts. I have a total. That is a true statement. Here I have a total. And but I do not have equal parts or groups. So this is a subtraction word problem. Letter C. This is 70 plus something is equivalent to this amount, which all equals 135. So this little bracket right here is telling you that this whole strip diagram equals 135. This part plus this part and this part all equal 135. That is not a true statement. Okay, my total is 135. So let's look back at letter B. This part right here, this is 135. This is what Maggie had. Jane had $70. She saved $70. If I add 70 with something else, which is what the missing part is, that is the amount, that is how much more money, that would give me $135. This tells me that all of these parts together equal $135. That is not what I'm looking for, okay? And I'm not looking for this. Letter D, 70 and 70 is the same as 135 plus something. Well, I don't know where they got this second 70. There's only one 70 stated in the problem. This is Jane's money. This is Maggie's money. I don't know what this is, okay? That is not an accurate statement. So that is wrong. The correct answer is letter B. All right, let's look at a different one. Let me erase this. Oh, and you need to type your reasoning here, okay? And you can say, so we chose letter B. I chose letter B because that strip diagram shows me a total and the amount that Jane saved. The missing part of the strip diagram is going to be the how much more money Maggie saved than Jane. Okay, you need to explain your answer, okay? That is really, really important. All right, let's look at this number line, all right? Martha earned $55 for cleaning. Again, you are not solving this problem, okay? We're not solving this problem. I just want the number line that goes along with this word problem. Martha earned $55 for cleaning her grandma's house. She earned $15 for delivering groceries and $20 for babysitting. Which number line best shows the total amount that Martha earned? I'm looking for the total. So when you're looking for the total, what operation are you doing? Good. You are adding. You're looking for the total. I don't know my total. If I was going to use this, my which operation chart, you don't have a total. So you would select no. And then the only other options under no of not having a total is addition or multiplication. Okay? So let's look at this. She earned $55 for cleaning her grandma's house. Okay? And I know that I'm adding. So which direction is my number line going to go in? Which direction are my jumps going to go in on my number line? Good. My jumps are going to go to the right because I am adding. If we go to the left, my number is going to get smaller, which means I'm going to be subtracting. So can I use any of these, can I eliminate any of these? This goes forward and that goes forward. This goes forward, that goes forward, and that goes forward or to the right. This one goes backwards. I can cross that out. That is not going to be your answer. And this one goes to the right and that one goes to the right. Okay, so now I've already done process of elimination and I eliminated one problem or one answer choice, and now I have 3 answer choices left. So she earned $55 for cleaning her grandma's house. Okay, when you're looking at your number lines, you need to be mindful of where they start. This number line starts at 50, this one starts at 10, and this one starts at 35. Sorry, this one starts at 55, 10, and 35. She earned $55 for cleaning. Okay, so here's the $55. This is where she started. Then she earned $15 for delivering groceries. Well, what do these count by? 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. What am I counting by? Good. I'm counting by 5s. So she earned 15 more. So 5, 10, 15. That is plus 15. Okay. And then she earned $20 for babysitting. 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, so it starts at 55 plus 15 plus 20. That seems to work. Letter B. This starts at 10, okay? But she earns $55. So if this starts at 10, my first jump needs to be, or I need to end up on $55 total. This only lands on 25. This has nothing to do with this problem. So this makes the whole thing wrong. Okay, letter D. This one starts at 35. And when the first little jump goes to 50. Well, she did not earn $35 and she didn't earn $50. Neither one of those numbers are in my problem. And if I do my jumps, 5, 10, 15, that is $15. And then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That right there. So even though this is plus 15, this one is plus 25, and that is not true. And this doesn't start correctly. So what could have happened is I could have started on 0 and jumped to 55, and that's the first amount of money she earned, plus 15 more, plus 20 more. Or they just start the number line on 55, and 55 is the amount of money that she earned at first. So letter A in this choice is your answer. And then letter A is the correct answer because it is the only answer choice that shows 55 plus 15 plus, plus 20. Okay, that's my reasoning, all right? So let me go through and show you the rest of the ones that you guys are going to be working on today. Okay. This one is asking you to identify the correct base 10 blocks. All right. On Monday, Bluebell had 437 pints of Bluebell ice cream to sell. By the end of the day, Bluebell had sold 229 pints of ice cream. In which model represents the number of pints of ice cream Bluebell had left to sell after Monday? Okay, so you are going to have to do a little bit of work here. You're going to have to subtract this one because it is asking you to find the answer. Okay, this one is asking for the number sentence that goes along. So this number sentence on this one was 55 plus 15 plus 20. Okay, that's what this is looking for. This is looking for the number sentence. Jason is 16 years old, and James is 9 years older than Jason. Kevin is 3 years old younger than James. Which equation can be used to find Kevin's age? So Jason is 16, James is 9 years older than Jason. If James is 9 years older than Jason, what are you going to do with those two numbers? Yes, you're going to add them. And then Kevin is 3 years younger than James. So if we're younger, think about the operation that you do there. Which equation can be used to find Kevin's age? Mr. Bunker drove from his home to his parents' home. So this is a similar equation to this one. He drove 170 miles after breakfast and 135 miles after lunch. After stopping for gas, he drove the last 165 miles to his parents' home. Which equation can be used to find the total distance Mr. Bunker drove? The total distance. Remember, when you're looking for the total, you're putting all your numbers together. Okay? There's your little hint. Here is another number line. In October, a junior high school had 775 students. By January, this school had 50 fewer students than October. By January, they had fewer students. Think about that one. Which number line best shows the total number of students at the school in January? Okay, so there's only one problem that you guys have to do work for. And then when you guys are done with this, you guys are going to be working on Reflex Math today. Okay, it's really important that you guys are logging into Reflex Math at home because this is going to help us with our multiplication and addition word problems. It's going to make them a lot easier. And it's just really important that you guys know your multiplication and division facts before you go to 4th grade. Okay, Mrs. Mays and I can see if you've logged on to Reflex Math or not, and it is an expectation that you are doing that. All right. Let us know if you guys need any help. We're available during office hours. See you later.